guys? It's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As it's Friday, why is my desk? I have one of these standing desks. It's at the same height that it always is, but for some reason, it feels taller than it is. Let me lower it a little bit. It felt really tall for some reason. I don't know why. Now it feels short, and I only went down half an inch. Let's go, or a full inch. Let's go half an inch. I don't know what is going on here. Things just feel weird, but with that, it's Friday, and that means tonight was Friday Night Smackdown. As far as the show goes, it was a damn good show. It was a 3-hour show that didn't feel as long as normal, and had a lot of good things building up towards Night of Champions. So we'll see what it all does lead to, but interesting thing. WWE announced tonight that they'll be doing a SummerSlam press conference next week at Fanatics Fest. And I'm like, for what? You still have like a pay-per-view and a half. Because it's like they've got, before SummerSlam, they got to get through Night of Champions. They got to get through Saturday Night's Main Event and Evolution. They're like two pay-per-views-ish, kind of, whatever we're going to call it. Whatever we're going to call it. So they got some big shows even before SummerSlam. So it's like, what can they even talk about at Fanatics Fest in this press conference? And they didn't even say if it's streaming anywhere. Or if it's just because they said, get your tickets now for the press conference at Fanatics Fest. I'm like, SummerSlam press conference? Fanatics Fest? To announce what? To announce what? Nothing. Cardi B gonna be there? I doubt it. She's the host, but I doubt she's there. Like, I don't get it. I don't get what this press conference is for now. Now, if this was like the week after King of the Ring or Night of Champions, and they're just doing something to build up, hey, so-and-so, whoever wins King of the Ring and whoever wins Queen of the Ring will announce at the press conference who they're facing at SummerSlam, who they're challenging. That'd be a different story. But that's not even yet. So if they were to use the press conference to announce that, hey, the two biggest matches at SummerSlam will be announced at the press conference with the winners of the King and Queen of the Ring. But that's not even what we're getting, because this is before King of the Ring. So I don't even know what this press conference is going to be. Like the graphic, I'll pull the graphic up right here. We can look at it. The graphic says, let me pull this up on the screen. Why am I not getting? Oh, that's why. Okay. But let's pull the graphic up really fast. It says, I can find it. That's CM Punk. That's picture of Punk for SmackDown. That ain't the graphic. There it is. As we look at it here, it says SummerSlam press conference live for Fanatics Fest NYC next Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Javits Center, NYC, fanaticsfest.com. And they're telling you, go buy tickets for it. But, okay, buy tickets for it. But then what? What are they even announcing? Like, is it a separate ticket from Fanatics Fest? They said buy tickets for the press conference. So is that even a separate ticket from the Fanatics Fest ticket? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what all this means. But yeah, doing a press conference next week. But with that, again, like I stated, SmackDown was a good show. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Got a lot of progression in the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. We do now know, and I'm just going to look at my notes here. I have separate notes for this stuff. So Cody advances, which means he will be facing the winner of Rusev, Sheamus, Bronson Reed, or Jey Uso. There's a good chance we're getting Cody versus Jey Uso in this next round. Maybe it's Cody and Rusev. I don't see Bronson Reed winning. I think him getting screwed by LA Knight. But there's a good chance it's Cody and Jey Uso in the next round. That match will be good. Will be good. But then we have Alexa Bliss. She'll be facing the winner of... Hold on. It is Stephanie Vicure, Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile. Everyone's saying, oh, it's going to be Stephanie. It's going to be Stephanie. You don't know that. What if it's Asuka? What if it's Asuka? And then we have Jade advanced tonight as well. She'll be facing Roxanne Perez. I swear, after Jade's match, they said next week Roxanne Perez versus Jade next week. But then when they said here's everything for SmackDown next week, they didn't. So I don't know. And then Randy Orton advanced. He will in fact be facing Sami Zayn next week on SmackDown in a second round match. Hell, looking at the brackets, thinking how it's looking. We Sami and Cody in the King of the Ring finals. Give me Sami and Cody. I think Cody goes to the finals. I'm still gonna stick with my what's the word I'm looking for? I'm still gonna stick with my Sami wins it and then goes on and challenges Gunther at SummerSlam. But as we learned today from Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer, Goldberg versus Gunther is still happening at Saturday's main event, and it's going to be a title match. So is Goldberg losing his final match, or is Goldberg going to be the champion? But then, how would that be his final match? Is he going to vacate the title? I hope they don't do that bullshit. I hope they don't do that. Goldberg wins the belt from Gunther, and then they vacate the belt. Oh, please no. Please no. So maybe Gunther's actually beating Goldberg in his retirement match. That would be nice. That would be nice. But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or being like Esports Gaming Rules and donating Twitch bits in the live chat. He does state, got back on Amazon Prime, so I'm going to watch NASCAR Mexico City race. Yes, that is this weekend. NASCAR is in Mexico City for the first time with the Cup Series. They have been there with the Xfinity Series before. But should be a really fun race, road course. I think the only person that's ever, never in a NASCAR, but the only person that's ever actually driven anything on this track is Daniel Suarez, who's from Mexico City. I think he said he's raced it. But yeah, a lot of drivers getting sim time and running that iRacing. He also does say, what do you think of the WBD split and how it affects AEW? Do you think it's the downfall of AEW without WBD as a whole company? I don't think it's going to have any impact on their current standing. They're in a contract. Whatever this contract says now, don't even worry about it. Whatever the split is going to be like, we don't even fully know what the whole thing is as far as TV's going one way, streaming's going the other way for WBD. Which way is movies? I haven't seen. I just saw it said there's going to be a TV division and a streaming division split. What about movies at Warner Brothers? Is that going with TV, or is that probably going with streaming? Anyways, we don't know what it really means. It's not even happening till next year. But what I had heard and been told was AEW's under contract, and whatever that contract says is what they're getting till that contract's over. So, got really nothing to worry about. And even if, say, they only end up working with just the TV side, then they'll be fine. Because it wasn't until this year that they were on Max anyways, and they were basically fine. So I don't think it's going to make a big difference, if any difference at all, on AEW. From everything that I've heard and listened to other people say and talk about this, as of right now, it doesn't look like it's going to make an impact, and we really won't fully know until the split happens next summer. Because that's what they said. It's probably not happening till summer 26. So I don't think AEW has got to worry. I don't think at all. I don't think they got to worry at all. At least not right now. At least not the next 2 years. Because what do they got, that 3-year deal? I think, what, they signed a 3-year deal or something like that? Something like that. But also remember, you can support the channel by subscribing either with a tiered subscription or Amazon Prime. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to help us out over on YouTube. You can help us out over there by hitting that subscribe button. That way you know we post new videos. That way you know we go live. And that way you know we post the community tab. Also, remember, if you want to support us in another way, you can do so by hitting the join button and becoming a channel member. As a channel member, you get a badge next to your name, and you get emotes and emojis that you can use in the live chat and in the comment section. Also, remember, whether you're a channel member or subscribed at patreon.com/PW Unlimited, you get access to all of our great graphics tutorials and our graphics packages. Tomorrow we will have I'm going to have it up today, but we have way more news than I expected. Same with last week. But tomorrow we will have our AEW Double or Nothing graphics up. So you will be getting that tutorial, and you will be getting that graphics package as well. You will be getting the Double or nothing stuff. And then next week, we'll be putting out our Money in the Bank graphics. Hey, what other wrestling channel, what other wrestling Patreon is giving you something that you can then go benefit on as far as a career, as far as learning a new skill you could take even outside of wrestling and not have to be within the wrestling space? Because you can say, well, what about like Fightful? They got their Patreon. You just take their news and turn that into something like you do. True. But I'm teaching you something that you could take and not have to be within wrestling and do within wrestling and you could do anything with, basically. I'm teaching you graphic design. Also, remember that if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Hell, do what I did and go get some new skins. Well, I got one new skin, but there's 3 new skins. Fox has collaborated with Fortnite for Father's Day. And what? You can get 3 new skins. One from Family Guy, one from Bob's Burgers, and one from King of the Hill. For a limited time in Fortnite, you can get a Hank Hill skin. You can get a Cleveland Brown skin, or I don't know his name, but the Bob, nope, let me remember. Belcher? Bob Belcher. Boom. Don't watch much Bob Burgers. You can get a Bob Belcher skin in Fortnite. And when you do, go to the store, go to the bottom of the store, and hit that button that says, you have a creator code? Yes, type it in. PWUNLIMITED. I just did it right when Smackdown started because that's when these skins dropped right before Smackdown. Go over there and get one of these cool new skins. Hank Hill, Cleveland Brown, or Bob Belcher. But with all of that, we got Smackdown to talk about. Smackdown that did kick off with the 17 never seen. Fuck Mark Nash. This guy always sounds like he's about to start crying, making his way into the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts. Like, fuck this guy. 17 never seen. Or however he says it. WWE champion. Like, fuck. That's how he's going to cry and he's constipated. All the time. Get this guy off TV. Hopefully. And I hate to say that I want someone to get fired, but hopefully we don't have to hear him much longer. He's not that great. Bring Mike Rome back to the main roster. Keep Alicia Taylor. And get somebody else doing SmackDown. Esports Gaming Rules with another donation says, hey, the calling removed a member. What is going on with the former member? So, it's on the tip of my tongue. Why can't I think of his name all of a sudden? Brooks Jensen was kicked out of the culling. I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, maybe they put Briggs and Jensen back together. I mean, Briggs is with Inamura right now, but that ain't going to last forever. Inamura is eventually going back to Japan. So, I don't know. Maybe they put Briggs and Jensen back together as a team. I don't know. I don't know what Virgin does. Because there was like no mention of him other than, Izzy, you kicked Brooks out of the group. Why? And she was like, he didn't see the way. He didn't see the vision of the culling. And if he's not going to follow the vision, he doesn't need to be here. Or something like that is what she told old Sean Spears. So, I don't know what they're doing with old Brooks Jensen. I have no clue. But what I do know is John Cena was here in Lexington, Kentucky. The Undisputed Champion comes down to the ring, and he started off by talking about wrestling's Mount Rushmore, which he said consisted of no one but him. He said that, yes, there have been great wrestlers and great talkers. Nobody in the past, present, or future compares to him. Cena said that he will always outmaneuver people, not because he doesn't give up, but because he's smarter than them. Cena claimed that he was always 1,000 steps ahead of everybody because he had 6 months to scout all the competition before his retirement tour. Say that 5 times fast. Retirement tour. Woo! I got it. Anyways, he knew that even if he lost the Royal Rumble, he can use his seniority and power to guarantee him a spot in the Elimination Chamber. And his unpredictability led to a WrestleMania victory. Cena suggested that he used the time teaming up with Logan Paul to force CM Punk into a corner and make a hypocrite of himself. I think it's saying, I'll follow you to Saudi, even though Punk once said he would never go to Saudi. I think that's what he was referencing. Cena said that he wins matches before they even start. And he's cracked every puzzle and crunched every code. And that he wouldn't appreciate. He said, and then we're not even going to appreciate what he's doing here for 3 years. Once he's gone and we think, oh, that man was right. He said that the math says that there will be nobody worthy to hold this title ever again. And out comes Cody Rhodes. Boom, boom. Wrestling has more than one royal family. American Nightmare comes down to the ring and takes the mic. He started by, asking Cena if everything that he claimed he was true. Are you really that smart? He said it was distressing that every time Cena said that he was right, well, the Grand Master Plan comes to fruition, kinda. Cena said, but you didn't account for me getting that pin last Saturday. Rhodes said that he wasn't part of Cena's plan, but that Cena was part of his. Quote, so John Rushmore, where does that even leave you and I? Asked Rhodes. The theme music of Randy Orton would interrupt and play, and Randy would come down to the ring. I want to say it's the first time we've seen him since Backlash. I know tonight was his first match since Backlash, but I don't think we've even seen him since Backlash. Orton said that everyone who watched Backlash in St. Louis saw that he had Cena beaten and ready to be punted. Right. Well, up until somebody, quote, saved the day and made him realize that he had to do whatever it takes to get number 15. He said he loves Cody like a brother, but if it came down to the two of them, he won't hesitate to punt his brother, his friend, family. Then out came LA Knight, and Wade Barrett lost his shit when LA Knight's music hit. Yeah. LA Knight said, all week long, he heard the whole world saying, quote, we want LA Knight. And that was looking right for the WWE establishment to get him in the ring. Knight said that Cena's master plan didn't include him either, and he was going to throw that plan right out the window. Knight said that he was going to drop Orton, Rhodes, and a, quote, genius balding bitch in John Cena, with everybody saying, L.A. Knight. Yeah. Cena thought himself above all of them and said, I'm done, and just exits the ring. As Cena left, he was attacked at the top of the ramp by R-Truth, Ron Killings. Here's the frickin' thing. He's supposed to be R-Truth and Ron Killings now, right? And why is everybody still calling him R-Truth and the graphics on the screen still say R-Truth? I don't get it. And he's not even really correcting anybody. I thought that was going to be the thing. He was going to correct people. Because when Nick Aldis came up to him, he was like, Truth, we can't have you doing this. We can't have you attacking people like that. And going after Cena, I thought he would be like, I'm not Truth. I'm Ron Killings. No, he didn't. He didn't at all. So that was very weird. But he attacks Cena to go blow to blow. Truth gets the best of it. Officials enter, break it up, and there we go. It does lead to setting up a match next week. We got a couple more bit donations here from Esports Gaming Rules. He says, Ron, R-Truth Killings looks like Minoru Suzuki now. I can see it with the way that the lines are in the hair. The lines are shaved in the hair. Yeah. He says, it seems Shinsuke Nakamura had a good match despite getting pinned by Cody. I mean, the main event was really good. All four men worked very well together. And then after the match, we didn't see it on TV, but the live crowd saw it. Cody and Andrade shook hands afterwards, so that was cool. What? Dwayne says, he's still 16 to me. I'm not counting 17. Why? Why would you not count 17? What? That makes no sense to not count it. He literally beat Cody at Mania for his 17th world title and has held it ever since, defended it multiple times successfully. Like you say, it doesn't count. I'm not counting that. Why? Because you don't like the character he's playing? The title reign? Okay. So do you count Jinder Mahal as a former world champion, WWE champion? People didn't like that character or that title reign, but you count it. To say that, oh, I'm not counting it because it's been bad. Yeah. That's kind of childish, I'm going to say for sure. No offense, but a little childish of a thing. Like, no. He was given the win at WrestleMania. It was booked to win his 17th championship. So now they can say, he's got more world titles than even Ric Flair. Even though technically Flair has 21. The real Flair number is 21. Moving forward, we see John Cena's backstage. There's no audio for this. Like, we got commentary talking, but there's no audio for this. And Nick Aldis and John Cena like arguing, and then Cena goes and gets in Aldis' face. He's like yelling at him, throws his hat on backwards, and I'm like, what the shit did we just see? What the hell was that? Like, Cena's literally up in his face like this. Oh, you know what? You know. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell was that? Anyway. So this did lead to our first match of the night. It was a King of the Ring first round match. I kept seeing people on social media go, it's a King of the Ring qualifier. No, it's not. King of the Ring is 3 rounds. It's a first round match. There are no qualifiers for the King of the Ring. So, I don't know. So, the bell rang. Hayes and Black faced off. Well, I didn't even tell you who's in the match. It was Randy Orton, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Aleister Black. So, Hayes and Black faced off with another as Knight and Orton kind of looked at each other for a moment before mixing it up. Knight was fighting with Orton in the corner, and Hayes attempted a roll-up. Knight kicked out. Black threw Hayes out of the ring and fell victim to an apron moonsault from Black. Orton and Knight traded finishing moves, and I don't have a drink. Oh, no, a bottle of water. Orton and Knight traded finishing moves, but Black couldn't connect with the Black Mass, and that led to a break. When we returned, Hayes was getting, excuse me for that, hit the microphone with my water bottle. When we returned, Hayes was getting dropped by LA Knight, and he was then stomped in the corner by the former United States champion. Prone Orton also suffered the same fate at the hands of LA Knight. Eventually, Hayes did come back, and he was on fire with the Fosbury flop on Black to the outside. Orton then made his way to the outside and hit his announce table backdrop on Black, but then got shoved right into the apron by Knight. Back into the ring, Knight propped, Knight propped Hayes up on the top rope, and the two had some dueling strikes. Knight got the better of it, and Hayes, and tried a superplex. Hayes blocked it and shoved Knight aside. Orton stepped in, but also got pushed aside by Hayes. Black then drilled Hayes with a knee, which apparently opened him up for a superplex. But Hayes once again got the advantage as he had a frog splash on Knight. 1, 2, Black breaks up the pin. Second commercial. It was a long match. I don't think I have a time for it. No, I didn't get a time. But as we come back from the break, Hayes got dropped by Knight. Oh, nope, I already read that. As we come back from the break, where was I? When Smackdown returned, all 4 men were in the ring. Knight rolled up Orton and attempted a BFT on Black, but couldn't connect. Orton cut Black off and at the pass as he delivered his signature offense, including a barrage of power slams on all 3 opponents. Orton dragged Hayes over the apron and looked to deliver a draping DDT. He also grabbed Black and put him in that position as well, but then LA Knight would sneak up and hit like a jumping neck breaker, the old Dolph Ziggler move, the zigzag. So Orton takes a zigzag, but then at the same time, he gives both Hayes and Black draping DDTs together. Cool looking spot. All 4 men back in the ring. Knight connected with the BFT on Black. Hayes then managed to break up the pin, but paid for it with a slam from Knight. At one point, LA Knight was down in the middle of the ring, and Carmelo Hayes went to the top as he came down to splash on LA Knight. He hit that splash, but at the same time also took an RKO. Orton with the cover on went for the cover on Knight and got it 1, 2, 3. With that, Randy Orton does win this match, advances to the second round of the King of the Ring, and will be facing Sami Zayn next week on SmackDown. Good match. I thought this was really. I thought both men's King of the Ring matches were really good. The women's ones, they're okay. They're good, but not really good. Dwayne says, I wanted 17 as a face, not whatever this is doing, because it's like ain't authentic. Okay. So just because you don't like the character doesn't mean you can't count it. Doesn't mean you can't count it. What about all those people that hated John Cena in the mid-2000s when he was winning title after title? And none of those count either, because they wanted Cena to turn heel back then and not be a babyface. All the people, the Cena sucks chance people. So all the people that were saying Cena sucks, do they not have to count the 5, 6, 7 championships then? Get my point, bud? Just saying. Because you don't like the character doesn't mean you can't count the title reign. It's like saying, I don't like Mercedes Moné. Well, she's TBS champion, and I recognize that. Anyways, Jacob Fatu was in the back, hello promo, and they said, we'll see him next after the break. The United States champion comes out to a huge pop from the crowd in Lexington. And Solo, where was I? Nope. My notes are out of order here. Here we go. Cheers for Fatu. Fatu started off by saying that they're going to keep this 100. Just because your family don't mean that you could go behind my back and try to snake them. He noted that Solo Sikoa's attempt to take all the credit for his success was exactly why he had to remind Sikoa at Money in the Bank what happens when you don't get in where you fit in. Before Fatu could keep speaking, Solo appeared on the screen. Solo claimed that he brought Fatu in and made him into the superstar that he is today. Helped him become a champion. Sikoa said that next week, he's willing to let all this pass them through. He just needs to hear 4 little words. I love you, Solo. Sikoa warned Fatu that he brought him into this world and he could take him out. Just like that. We'll see. See what this all leads to, but there wasn't much to it other than we're going to get a Solo Jacob kind of deal next week. But speaking of I love you, Solo, I hate you, Solo, what the heck, Solo? Pull this up on the screen really fast. Let's find it really quick. If you also hate Solo, why can't I find it all of a sudden? Like I said, if you also hate old boy Solo Sikoa, wear it loud, wear it proud. We have our boom. I hate you Solo shirts available right now at pwunlimited.co/store. Head over there again. It's pwunlimited.co/store where you can get your very own I Hate You Solo shirt, just like Jacob Fatu told him on Saturday. He held him on that ladder and said, I hate you Solo. Well, if you also hate Solo, you can get it in 4 different variations. Red on white, red on black, white on white, and white on black. Again, that is pwunlimited.co/store. The link is in the description below. Actually, I'll put it in the live chat. Get your, whoops. I hate Solo shirt now. Also, if you love Solo, we have those too. I love you Solo shirts. So head over there and pick yours up now. But as far as moving forward, Nick Aldis was backstage, and then Sugar Hervis walk in. And they're like, we got a problem. Chelsea's not here. We learned that Chelsea's having some travel issues. Couldn't get to Lexington. Let me see her in like a hot tub on FaceTime. She's talking to Nick Aldis. She's like, Nicholas, I need my match moved. We got to push it back to next week because I'm not there. And Nick goes, no, the match is still happening. And Alba, you look capable of going tonight. You're going to take Chelsea's spot. You're going to take Chelsea's spot. So we did hit Alba Fire in the Queen of the Ring match. Not really sure exactly what was going on with Chelsea, but I heard it was legit, like travel something or something that she couldn't really make. Like it wasn't a storyline. She couldn't make it. But the first match we did have for the Queen of the Ring tonight, it was Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, Michin, and Piper Niven. And I don't know who to blame here, whether it's Piper not pulling her head back instead of tucking kinda, or if it was Jade couldn't get her up fully, but Piper landed right on her face and right on her nose when she took that Jaded. And she just kept grabbing her nose. It wasn't bleeding, didn't look broken or anything, but she hit hard right on her face. And again, maybe it's a thing of when you take the Styles Clash, don't tuck like you're taught, neck up. And maybe it was the same thing here. Because Jade didn't fully get her up, and even on the Jaded, you don't want to tuck your chin anyways. But maybe it's a thing of she just thought tuck instead of up. So I don't know, but it didn't look good. And Jade barely got her up anyways. So as Jax and Jade fought early, Michin and Niven did as well. Cargill and Michin took out their respective foes. They entered the ring and got themselves in a lockup. Cargill caught Michin in a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker as she tried for a suplex. Michin avoided, hit and delivered a running Hurricane Rana on Cargill, followed by a drop kick. Niven then put Michin out of the ring and slammed her right on the floor. Back in the ring, Jax recovered and went to work on Jade. Jax dropped Jade with a Samoan drop as Niven entered the ring and hit her with a senton. Cargill, that is. All three women are fighting in the ring. Then they're fighting on the outside, and we eventually did go to commercial break. After I want to say it was Michin hit a moonsault to the floor. After that break, Niven and Jax were working together, and it started to pay off a little bit at the expense of Jade. Two women continued to punish Cargill with a flurry of running hip attacks. There was a truce that was broken because, well, Niven's pinfall attempt was stopped by Nia. They ain't working together no more. So they start going at it. They're arguing, and Michin jumps in. Hurricane Rana on Jax and Niven. Michin then tried to go for a Rana on Cargill, who blocked it and turned it into a powerbomb for a 2. At one point, Jax again turned against Niven and hit her with a headbutt to the cranium as she had Michin at her mercy with an annihilator. Niven then broke up the count, which led her to a brawl with Nia at ringside. Niven used her strength to send Jax through the barricade. Back inside the ring, Niven hit a Vader bomb on Michin, but Cargill stepped in, grabbed her with the Jaded 1, 2, dropped her on her face like I stated, and picked up the victory. The Jade does win, advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament, and will be taking Roxanne Perez on in the second round. Now, I swear that they stated this match is taking place next week on Smackdown. But then later when they said, oh, this next week from Grand Rapids, Michigan, they didn't state Roxanne and Jade. So, I don't know. But my prediction is Roxanne beats Jade. I'm stuck between my teeth. I had a burger right before we went live, and I got something caught right here on my tooth. Anyways, moving forward, like not a bad match, but I wouldn't call it like really, really great. Like the men's matches I thought were really great, or really good to great, and these were just good to almost really good. Like a lot of good wrestling tonight. What wasn't good was Naomi's promo. Oh my God, was this bad. Bad. Naomi is trying to do the fake heel thing because it's like she's just so beloved and nice in real life. But now she's doing the fake heel thing with the fake heel. It's bad. It's like, oh my God, bad. So Naomi comes down to the ring and said that we were all looking real surprised, real shocked. But she didn't know why. Told everybody she was winning this. She deserved to win this, and she now has the Money in the Bank contract. We talked about how thought out all that time has been. She was fighting Nia many, many times for that woman's title. And what happened? Who stopped her? Who ruined her chance every time? Tiffany Stratton. Now she can ruin Tiffany's time with a little payback, cashing in her Money in the Bank on the champ, which then did bring out the champ, old Tiffy time. Stratton said that Naomi looks like she got some big game and a lot to talk about. And said, you know what? Say you're going to cash in on me? Do it right now. Let's go. You can prove me wrong. And Naomi goes, you think I look stupid? You think I look stupid? She said that she's not going to cash in now. She's going to cash in when Stratton least expects it. And she starts saying a couple more things. And like a few people in the crowd tried to chant her. And they're like, what? And she's like, bitch, y'all heard me. I laughed so hard when she did that. She literally looks at the crowd and just yells, bitch, y'all heard me. Or you heard what I said. Something like that. Pop me. So big. Great ad lib there. It was like the one good thing that Naomi did in her promo. Anyways, she said she's going to cash in when Stratton least expects it. And in the meantime, though, she's going to enjoy making Stratton's life a living hell. And told her, quote, proceed with caution. Stratton watched Naomi leave and then was attacked from behind by Nia Jax. Nia gave her an annihilator and everything. Naomi tried to get in the ring to cash in, it looked like. And Nia was like, oh, she's mine. And Naomi goes, all right, girl. Go for it. I can wait. Basically. But we're fucking doing it again. Nia and Tiffany again? Again? Is this a Night of Champions or is this an Evolution? I don't know. Ugh. Oof. Got nothing else? Come on. So let me get a little video earlier in the day. It's all the tag teams with Nick Aldis. And he's like, hey, we need a team to take on the Wyatt Six. And DIY's like, oh, it's not us. How about a Fraxium? Fraxium can do it. They're nice, young, and spry. And they're like, no. And then DIY's like, champs, lead the way. And they're like, no, it ain't going to be us. And Aldis goes, no, I already decided who it's going to be. The veterans are going to show you all what it's about. Or say machine guns. The job done. And it's like, Nick Aldis needs them to take out the Wyatts because he can't stop them. Can't he just say, hey, stop randomly attacking fools or you're all suspended? Like, what? But we did get that match next. It was Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley taking on the Wyatt Sixes, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy. Gacy and Loomis started things off by just running right in and attacking the MCMG. Eventually, the legal men were, I want to say, Loomis and Sabin to start things off. Gacy tagged in pretty quickly and entered the match, continued beating down Chris Sabin. There was a springboard moonsault by Gacy on Sabin, and he maintained to attack again. Gacy and Loomis then looked to have some double team moves going here, but Sabin avoided the calamity and Shelley was tagged in. The Machine Guns then took over. As we went to a break, they hit crossbodies on both Gacy and Loomis. When we returned from said break, Shelley and Gacy were down in the ring. Drop kick by Sabin, sending Gacy back to his corner with Loomis tagging himself in. Sabin kept control over Loomis with a series of drop kicks as he tagged in Shelley. On the apron, the Motor City Machine Guns hit a double team drop kick on a stun to Loomis outside the ring. Sabin at one point escaped the clutches of the Six as he tagged Shelley back in. The veterans, Motor City Machine Gun, I don't know what the move is called, but it's like double team move, like a drop kick something into Loomis. And then they appeared to have him for the Skull and Bones all ready to go, but Gacy saved Loomis at the last second. Uncle Howdy then kind of yelled instructions from the rampway. Loomis then headed up top for a leg drop on Sabin and, well, scored the victory with the goddamn Wyatts picking up the win. So are they really going to go like Gacy and Loomis pick up win after win after win, beat all the tag teams until they get to the Street Profits? I don't like the Wyatt Six. I'm just going to say it. Might be an unpopular opinion. But if they're actually going to build them up and have them beat everybody and then get to a title shot, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that if you actually make them credible challengers and not just, We attacked everybody. Now give us a shot. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At least it looks like they may, and I'm just saying may because I don't know, may have a plan to actually build them up and give them some credibility. Right now, they're just goofs that attack people. Sorry to say it, but Wyatt Six to me are kind of goofy. Also, when they came out and their music hit and they came out for their entrance, Lexington did not care. There was like almost a no reaction. We'll talk about no reaction. Talk about that now. Other Woman's 4-way later, where time stood still and the crowd went muted. Oh my God. I don't know what was going on there. Anyways, backstage, John Cena confronts Jimmy Uso and says, "Hey, you seen R-Truth?" And he's like, "No, I ain't seen no R-Truth." He's like, "Fine, you seen Ron Killings?" And Jimmy goes, "Told you I haven't seen him." There was the first person to actually reference him on TV as Ron Killings, basically. Cena said that he was on the way to the ring. Now, as he told Jimmy, "Tell Killings to meet me out there." Cena goes to the ring, but Ron wasn't the one to meet him out there, first at least. Second time tonight, Cena's out in the ring with a purpose. He gets right to it and said there's a level of disrespect he can't tolerate. Cena said that R-Truth crossed those lines, and he challenges him to a fight right here, right now. However, instead, we hear look in my eyes, what do you see? A cult of personality. Out comes CM Punk. Yes, he did. Shocked me. Did not expect this, and neither did the crowd in Lexington. Because, like, his music hits, right? You think Truth's going to come out. So you think it could easily be Truth pretending to be Punk or something, and he's not as serious as we thought he was going to be. But, like, Punk's music hits, we get a small pop, and then they kind of go down, the crowd, because they're not sure. They're not sure. And then you hear, cult of personality, and then he walks out. And then they pop big. Because even I was thinking it. I'm like, oh, wait. Could it be Truth coming out to Punk's music? We're getting one of these. Instead of Ron Cena, we're getting Ron Punk. Also, speaking of Ron Cena, the shirt's back up. Shirt's back up on shop. But, nope. CM Punk himself, with his middle part. He did the middle part thing again with his hair. Anyways, CM Punk comes out and has some choice words for old John. He said, "Well, it's great to be alive on a Friday night in Lexington, Kentucky, or what?" He said that the people were tired of being disrespected by Cena, and that with a microphone in his hand, there are levels of disrespect that haven't even been reached. Maybe Punk was acting too much like Obi-Wan Kenobi, looking for Anakin Skywalker inside of a Darth Vader. I'm like, whoo, boy. I just watched that movie the other day. I just watched all 3 of the prequels over the last week. So he said, but he was ready to put things aside so that Cena could give this great Lexington crowd a happy ending. And he goes, why? He said, it'll be a waste of time to do so. Cena said that the people, they don't matter. Basketball doesn't matter. That really pisses off the crowd here. He said, and horse racing certainly doesn't matter. Only being a champion matters. Punk said, for the record, he did give Cena an out, but he chose to do things, quote, the CM Punk way, ironically. Punk said that he was going to get real right now and that the disrespect was about to begin. Quote, tell a strong man a lie to offend him. Stating that it pissed him off when Cena called him a hypocrite. Conversely, tell a weak man the truth, and that offends him. Punk continued, as he said that Cena couldn't beat him, never been able to beat him, and if Cena was out to ruin wrestling, he was out to save it. Punk talked about, how he might not be as confident as he once was. He might not be as confident as a man dressed like a schmuck at a t-ball game or something like that, he said. And he pointed out how Cena sold out the PG era. He then drug further and said Cena's talking about, quote, ruining wrestling, taking away the title. Maybe it sounds like something he's done, ironically enough. Punk said that he was going to follow Cena to Mars if he had to, or even hell, just to beat his ass for the belt. He said that he sees right through John and everything going on. And if you want the truth, I'll give you the truth. Speaking of the truth, Ron Killings would come out and attack Cena from behind. Killings applied an STF on Cena, and Punk kind of mocked him. He goes, and the truth hurts, as he walks away. Security comes down to pull Ron Killings off of John Cena. I thought Punk killed it. I didn't do it justice. I thought Punk was great here. I loved it. We go to the back, and like Truth is looking like, I don't know how to explain it, like a deranged psycho lunatic kind of deal, where he's like talking to himself. He's like, oh my God, like he's not all there. And I kind of think that could be a great character for him, to where it's like, you were not all there in a way where you were dumb, but now you're not all there in a way where you can't control your emotions. And your emotions are kind of making you do bad things in a bad way. So now maybe you can say he's more of a serious character, but he's still kind of crazy and not all there in the brain, but in a heel way that now he's doing bad things. And I maybe looking too far into this, too deep into this, but I don't know. He's kind of pacing around. He's kind of talking to himself like a crazy guy. And Nick Aldis walks up and he's like, Truth, we can't have this. We can't have you just going out there and attacking people willy-nilly, whatever you want. He's like, so what's going on? He's like, I want Cena. I want him next week. And Aldis is like, you know what? Sure, I can do it. Here's John Cena next week on Smackdown. That then leads to another Queen of the Ring four-way. Alexa Bliss, Alba Fire, Charlotte Flair, and Candice LeRae. And again, there's a spot in this match. I don't know what happened, but like Charlotte was laying on the ground, kicking her leg like this, or I could do it like this. Pretend this is Charlotte laying on the ground. And she kept pulling her leg up and just stomping it down. She did it like 5 times, while Alba Fire and Candice are just standing at like her head and kind of like grabbing at her arm, but not really doing any. I don't know what, like time stood still as Charlotte's like kicking her leg, like boot down or whatever. And the crowd's just deathly silent. They don't know what's going on. This was weird. But LeRae went after Bliss early as Fire targeted Flair in the early stages of the match. Flair fought off Fire and threw Bliss onto LeRae in the corner before she tossed her out of the ring. Flair teed off with Fire and LeRae with cascading chops. Then the two ended up taking advantage as they teamed up on Flair. The two showed some surprising teamwork for a bit, but Flair managed to fight them off. And this is the spot where, like, before Flair eventually got up and shoved him away and got them off her, it was just weird. It was like, she's laying on her back, she's kicking her leg up, like, I don't know if I can get it on camera, but like she's kicking her leg up where she's like, you know, doing this kind of thing, like 5 times or whatever. And I'm like, what the? And like, they don't know what to do. It's like Alba and Candice just got lost. And then the crowd's just quiet. It was like they were muted for a minute. Weird. Flair eventually fights them off. Bliss re-enters the ring with a diving crossbody on Flair. Attempts to go for the Sister Abigail, but it's broken up by Fire and LeRae. We come back from a break, and Flair was on the top rope as LeRae and Fire intercepted her at the pass. Bliss emerged, and we got a Tower of Doom spot that took everybody down. Bliss stood up first and went to town on her competitors until a codebreaker by LeRae stopped everything. In the ensuing chaos, Flair had the natural selection on Bliss and locked in the figure 8. Candice LeRae broke that up with a lion salt that at first I thought she was going to land on Charlotte's face, but she didn't. When Charlotte was up in the 8, right, Candice was coming at a weird angle, so you could see that Charlotte must have noticed it, because Charlotte, before Candice connects, drops her body down, and I don't know why all of a sudden things got choppy, but she drops her body down. So Candice, she's like, drops her body down, which then spreads herself out. And Candice just lands fine. But if Charlotte would have stayed up in the 8, it looked like Candice was a little off center and might have landed on Charlotte's face. So Charlotte seemed like she noticed things and took the initiative there. Anyways, we had Nick in the chat. He says SmackDown should be blue and silver again. It's blue, black, and white. The logo, or blue and black. Let me see. I mean, my colors are blue and silver and blue and gray. So it's blue. Well, it is blue and silver, actually. Well, pull up the logo. It is a blue and silver, or a blue and gray, you can say. Watch. I got the logo right here. Let's go Smackdown. That's way too big to put on screen. Here's the Smackdown logo. That's blue and silver. I would call that blue and silver. Maybe you could say blue and gray. That's like a blue and a silver-ish. Maybe blue and gray. I don't know. I like the logo, though. I think it's... I'm not a big fan of this part where the S turns into the D. I think it looks a little weird, but animation-wise, that S into the D when that's just the icon actually is really cool. No, I know what you're talking about, though, Nick. Yeah. The 2003 to 2008 one. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought when you said blue and silver. Current Raw logo. I like the current Raw logo because it's simple, and I like simple logos. Keep it easy. Keep it easy to work with. Because the Raw logo actually gives you a lot of different things you can do graphic-wise as well with text and type and font around it and with it, though. With the angles, because it's angled, but also a rectangle at the same time. I'd have to do a whole thing about that. I could do a whole video on these logos and the graphics, and I don't know. Just saying. Where was I? Figure 8, Lion Salt almost landed on her face. Bliss then broke up a cover. Bliss then dropped fire with a DDT as she headed up top and connected with the Twisted Bliss, only for a 2 because Flair stopped it. Roy then rolled up Charlotte, no avail. There's a spear by Flair. It landed a near fall. Flair then locked in a figure 8 on fire. And as Flair had her in the figure 8, she was looking this way. She didn't see anything that happened on this side of Alba Fire. And on that side of Alba Fire, Alexa Bliss grabbed Candice LeRae, hit her with her sister Abigail, and then pinned her. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we go. Alexa advances. And then commentary tried saying, oh, Alexa, stop. I hate when that happens. And so commentary tried saying, oh, Alba, she tapped out right after the 3. She tapped out half a second too late. She never tapped at all. I didn't see a tap at all. But Candice gets pinned. Alexa advances, and we don't know who her next opponent is going to be yet in the second round. It's either Stephanie Vaquer. Everyone's saying it's going to be Stephanie, but it's either Stephanie Vaquer, Asuka, who's returning on Monday after being gone for a year, Raquel Rodriguez, or Ivy Nile. I was going to say I can maybe see it being Raquel because, like, you get help from Liv, but probably not. So then we learn what's happening next week on SmackDown. Again, I could have swore they said Roxanne and Jade was next week on SmackDown, but I guess it's not. We got Randy Orton and Sami Zayn in a second round match. We got Alexa Bliss versus somebody in a second round match. R-Truth, Ron Killings versus John Cena. But before we get into talking about the main event, let me get the poll here on Twitch really fast. What did you think SmackDown liked it? It was right. I didn't like it. Moving forward, we did have our second King of the Ring match. This was the best match of the night. Like, this match was really good. Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, Shinsuke Nakamura. The bell rings, and all 4 men go at it. Rhodes then took exception. Nakamura trying to get out of the ring early and take a breather before anything even happened. So he goes after him. Andrade will then dropkick Rhodes to the outside as he and Priest duked it out in the middle of the ring. Priest hit a broken arrow on Andrade, which allowed Rhodes to strike. Outside the ring, Nakamura attacked both Priest and Rhodes as Andrade headed up top and hit an impressive moonsault from the post to the floor. Took out Priest, Rhodes, and Nakamura as we went to a break. When we returned to the main event, Nakamura was sending Andrade to the outside and then hit a nice sliding German suplex on Priest. In the opposite side of the corner, Nakamura stomped away on Rhodes but missed out on a running knee strike, which opened it up for a figure 4 from the American Nightmare. Off the top rope, Andrade splashed onto Rhodes, and he kind of broke the hold, which Priest then went to work on both men. Priest at one point tried to do Undertaker's old school, but Rhodes cut him off. the former WWE champion, then took down Priest, and Cody Rhodes was kind of in control. He then grabbed Andrade, looked to deliver a superplex, but couldn't. Priest joined in, but then Nakamura stopped the attempt. Nakamura then drop-kicked Rhodes from the apron, which sent him right into the Slim Jim table that he had set up earlier in the match. We then go to our final break of the night. When we come back, Andrade and Nakamura were kind of in a standoff on the top rope until Priest interrupted the proceedings. Priest then dropped Nakamura with a slam. Andrade soared with a moonsault as Nakamura recovered and kicked Andrade in the face. Cody recovered and went on a tear against all three different opponents. There was a disaster kick to Andrade, followed by an attempted crossroads to Nakamura, but you didn't really get anything out of it. Nakamura tried to go for a Kinshasa. Didn't really get much of it. Kind of went for the pin on Andrade, but no, went on for the pin on Cody, and Andrade broke up the pin. Nakamura then was in the corner. Andrade hit a running Meteora. He tried to do the same to Priest, but he was intercepted. There's a spinning elbow by Andrade. What does he call it? The message or whatever. He went for the pin. Rhodes stirred back in, broke it all up. Nakamura and Andrade then dueled it out, which opened them up for a double Cody cutter. Priest's Razor's Edge was reversed into a Cody cutter. Cody then delivered a crossroads on Andrade, and Nakamura snuck up right on him and finished and looked to finish off the American Nightmare, but Cody escaped, hit a crossroads, and pinned Nakamura 1, 2, 3. So Cody has advanced in the King of the Ring tournament. Next week, he will face the winner of it is Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and Jey Uso. Yes, if you didn't hear, Jey Uso is the final man in the King of the Ring tournament. Basically, the story they're telling is Nick Aldis wanted to leave that spot open for whoever didn't walk out of Raw, the world champion. So essentially, if Jay would have retained over Gunther, Gunther would get that final spot in King of the Ring. That's the story they're trying to tell. With all of that, it's a really good SmackDown. Flew by. Did not feel like 3 hours, so that's good. And yeah, a lot of great action with a lot of great wrestlers. But with that, you know what I thought of the show. Now it's time to hear what you guys thought of tonight's Friday Night SmackDown. As far as the polls do go, let's go refresh all of these. As far as the threads poll does go, 57% liked the show, 43% thought it was just all right. Looking at the Twitter poll, 77% liked it, 22% thought it was just all right. Looking at the live poll, 83% liked the show, 12% thought it was just all right, and 5% didn't like it. What the fuck this comment? Cody Hogan strikes again. So whenever somebody wins a match, they're now Hogan? Becky Hogan, Cody Hogan, Charlotte Hogan. I've heard that one before. This is getting stupid. This is getting dumb. This whole calling everybody Hogan because they win a lot. No, they're just good for fucking business. Cody's like top male merch seller. You keep them strong so you sell more merch. That's why Vince would never switch Cody. Or not Cody, Cena. So Cena won all the time. Because you keep the top baby face strong and you make more money. It's business. It's business. As far as the live poll does go, 79% liked the show, 14% thought it was just all right, and 7% didn't like it. And the lone person that voted on Twitch liked the show. With all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here at twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, youtube.com/PW Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, guys, no pay-per-views this weekend. No PLEs, no special events from AEW or WWE, NXT, none of that. We'll see you back here Monday, live for Monday Night Raw. Have a good one, guys. Might do a gaming stream over the weekend, play more Fortnite. I got that Hank Hill skin, so we'll see. We will see, probably.